We're live, babe. Live
Yeah.
on YouTube, Tuesday night, 7:15.
Patreon Palooza Day.
2025, there's constant content all damn day long. Rob has been popping and dropping since, 7 a.m., 8 a.m.?
Well, I scheduled a lot of it, and then, but there's been editing. There's been, got to put the description, describe it, try to figure out the order. I don't know if the rhyme or reason to the order of this thing. I tried to have it so there's some big points throughout.
Yeah.
I hope it went well. People seem very positive, so thank you for that. Everyone, the chat is popping tonight, being very positive about what we've been doing.
Kelsey,
so thank you for that.
You're weird. Okay. Just gonna answer that question.
I do want to.
I love it,
and we love it about you.
But you're weird.
Mario's not here. There's an episode of that time of the month, but this time it's with Mario, my current roommate.
I'm surprised you got the name of it right because you've been on a roll of.
Yeah, I'm getting things wrong.
Yeah.
This is why I'm wet with Joe Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean nothing really bugged me too much other than he said I was a bad driver. I know that I am.
Yeah.
What's his complaint about your driving?
That it's horrible.
I mean,
you're
speeding,
texting,
I'm
braking,
distracted. I'm
texting.
swerving. I'm not paying
Okay.
attention. I'm weaving in and out of lanes. I'm on my phone.
My
all
car,
that-
if you just go a little close to the lane, it does a little
It
vibration.
starts screaming at you.
But yours, if
I drive a Civic.
right, but I'm
Yeah.
saying
So it's
if you were
not-
driving my car, you'd be vibrating constantly.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would.
Mhm.
I took Olive to the beach with me. I took Olive and Oscar. I had to put them both in the Civic.
Yeah.
Olive had to sit in the passenger seat, and she's so fucking fat. If you listen to my the Joe Robinson
trash.
experience, we'll
Mhm.
talk about that.
Mhm.
That it kept setting off the alarm for the passenger seat.
That's so funny. She's so fucking fat. A
It-
ding.
It dinged
Oh,
for fucking. Hey, you know how long it took me to get back from Ocean City?
2 hours and 45 minutes.
It took me 4.5 hours to get back from
fuck
Ocean
that.
City
Fuck.
with a fat dog in the passenger seat.
Hell yeah.
Dinging the whole
You
fucking
just,
way.
you can just clip the seatbelt in?
So you can't. It's kind of weird because she couldn't really get comfortable because it was a little bit like that, but I couldn't put the
You
seatbelt
literally had ding the whole
under.
way.
No,
4
it would,
hours of ding. It doesn't
was-
stop after a while. Like, okay, this guy just wants to die.
No, it would pause itself for a period of time, and then it would remind me, hey, just so you'll know, we do want you to put your seatbelt on. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a period of maybe a couple minutes in between, but yeah, it never stopped.
Oh, dude.
And there's
there
nothing I
was
could do about
a
it.
recall on my car.
Uh-oh.
It's the funniest thing. No, this reminds me of that. The features. It's the only time I've ever heard of a racist recall.
Go on.
I have a Genesis G70 with all these features, much like your car, Rob. If you veer into a lane, it kind of detects it. If you neglect to brake and it notices the distance between you and the car in front of you,
Yep.
the gap is too quickly, it's closing too quick, it
Yeah.
sounds this alarm and all it
Yes.
starts to auto brake.
It's a good thing.
Well, it has a drowsy driver warning. It can detect, there's a little camera in the dashboard looking back up at you that can detect drowsy driving. It reads your face.
Really?
And apparently, any Asian driver that bought my car, it detected their eyes appeared to be a little sleepy.
Mr. Wong, you appear to be very tired.
It's 2:00 in the afternoon, and
Yeah.
I've had 2 cups of coffee. Couldn't be more alert. And they had to change the algorithm of the thing. I don't know how the hell they did. They had to recalibrate
Yeah.
the camera for more Eastern almond-shaped eyes
Sure.
to not be like, okay, our dear Japanese drivers aren't sleepy at 1:00 on a Wednesday.
Well, Genesis, who
It's a
makes that?
fancy Hyundai.
Yeah, it's a
it's just
Hyundai,
a-
right?
So
It's
it is a
amazing.
Korean
Yeah.
or Japanese
It's a
car.
Korean automobile. How
Yes.
did you fuck that up?
I know.
Okay,
You should have got that nailed down.
Do
You'd
you
have told me
guys-
Canadians did it.
Yeah.
Here's something I know Rob knows this, and you probably do too.
Mhm.
Steve Kerr, who is the coach of the yes,
We're not getting to his kid's name, are we?
the Golden State
Warriors.
Warriors.
His
Yes.
son, Nicholas.
He named his kid. He's the one who named him.
Nick
Nick Gurr.
Kerr.
Kerr.
Kerr. It's
Kerr.
Kerr. It's I said
Nick
Kerr.
Yeah,
K-E-R.
Kerr, not
Okay.
Gurr.
Nick
Yeah, Kerr.
Nick Kerr.
It's not. I hate saying it. His son's so it's Nicholas. He just got a job on the team.
Why would he didn't put that together?
No one ahead
He
of time. Was
didn't
like, let's
figure that
go,
out
Richie.
ahead of
Let's
time
go,
that he
Joe.
Is his
Oh.
girlfriend a Nick Kerr lover?
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it at all.
Oh no.
Oh,
God.
Nick Kerr, please.
Nicholas.
So here's the thing.
Kerr.
Eventually, I'm assuming because his
Right.
dad is a pretty elite coach. Agreed.
Yeah.
He has NBA titles,
No, and he won as a player too.
and now
An
yes, he
amazing
played,
40
he played with
career
Michael,
of
Michael
yes,
Jordan. Yeah.
Right.
You think there'll ever be a time where his son is maybe a head coach?
The head Nick in charge,
Coach Nick Kerr.
Jesus.
I mean, head Nick in charge is a pretty good joke. Okay,
It's a great
I
joke.
mean, is it the show title?
No,
Should we just
it can't be the show title.
Is it a new
It
podcast?
can't, no, it'll be the last podcast. It'll happen.
Ariel's laughing at it.
Yeah.
She bought in.
She's
yes.
one of them. She's one of
Yes.
them. Wait, is it making it worse?
Yes. Oh, it's making so them. What do you mean them?
The cool people.
Okay, cool
Yeah.
people. People with great senses of humor that we respect in college education.
You
Well,
people. I'm talking about
people.
basketball
You
coaches.
people. Oh my God. Yeah. How did you not fucking figure that out?
That
Oh,
uppity coach. Come on.
Jesus, man.
God, their teams are always late. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, the chat's loving the Palooza. Best one ever. We love it. We still have more things coming. We just recorded a bonus show that'll drop at 8. And then a little bedtime story. Justin, as you're reading
Good
chapters
luck
1 and 2.
laughing. Good, just chapter 1.
It's
There
not
probably won't
supposed to be
chapter
laugh.
2.
It's supposed to do a nice end of the evening.
Did you listen to it
have
at all?
No.
Okay, neither one of you listened to it? Okay.
Is
No.
it
I listened to
serious?
start of it just
It's
to get a vibe.
The very
I love it.
first chapter
It sounds
of one
good.
of my favorite books of all time, written by my favorite author.
Uh-huh.
It's the anti-Western
Yes.
Blood Meridian.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
told
the-
me he's better than Stephen King. You
It's
told me.
destroys. Stephen
Mhm.
King looks like the guy that writes the Cracker Barrel menu compared to Cormac
It's
McCarthy.
a good menu.
It's a great menu,
Mhm.
but there's no cream chip beef. There's just
Mhm.
horrible acts of Western manifest destiny violence, a lot of scalpings,
Mhm.
a lot of towns being burnt to ash, and the Judge Holden, one of the coolest villains in story history. The man writes
Mhm.
very strange. I think I told you guys about this on the last ones I did. He'll go pages without punctuation. He throws
Yeah.
all rules of writing out the window.
He's the anti-Hemingway.
I listened to a few
Show title.
Hemingway, way better than Nicholas Kerr. But I listened to a couple of his books on audiobook. Child of God and All the Pretty Horses. He did No Country for Old Men.
oh, hell yeah.
No Country for Old Men. It's
There you
Cormac
go.
McCarthy.
Pretty good.
Okay.
And it's fucking rough. But it's you listen to the audiobooks of it, it's almost impossible to follow. So like I want to take his hardest book to read and try and do an audiobook of it. So it's chapter 1. You will not laugh. I did add a few things in there that might make you laugh.
Some fart
Give it a
noise
listen.
sound effects.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, about 80 of them.
Okay. All right.
So in the middle of this
All right.
deep anti-Western, you'll
Okay.
hear a toot or two in the background.
little Spiegel sign
One
off.
thing I do want to mention, it's hard for me to have listened to all the shows. I've listened to maybe 5 or 6 of them.
No, and the
Right.
same, and one could make the argument that maybe we should listen to what the content we put out. It's not hurting, but fuck it.
Nah, fuck it.
we
It's
just
behind a
count on you.
paywall.
Eric, I mean, Kelsey, am I weird? Could have just said something horrible and 10 minutes in, and we're like, oh, it's on there.
Yeah.
It's our brand.
But one thing that I want to take a little bit of I don't know, umbrage.
Umbrage is a good word.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Justin went through, which was fucking hysterical, all 50 states, and it was
Yeah.
what was it? The signature,
It was
Urban
the
Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary
They're not
signature
real,
vile
obviously.
sex act
Right.
from state to state for my episode of Here's Why We're Hard
Yeah.
with Brittany
Mhm.
from the SheLP being the apple of my eye, being
Yeah.
my muse.
and Justin would then go and say whether or not he would do this or not.
yes.
And I think you would have done a couple.
I
that
think
said
you
no
would've.
to.
I think you would've.
No, man.
A couple.
I mean, you were
Okay.
about 3 states in, right?
A couple.
Anything with poo.
No, I got
I'm
you.
out.
You're
I
more
got
of a
you
world
there.
traveler.
What was the
Yeah.
one state that had the lawnmower?
Oh, I don't.
The lawnmower fucking made me laugh. Where it's
Mm.
where you it's like you're from behind and she's on all fours.
Brittany loves that.
And you sweep her arms out from her so her
Mhm.
head hits the ground, and you grab the arms and then push her along the carpet like a lawnmower.
Okay, maybe she doesn't love that.
Maybe
Okay.
she wouldn't be into it.
All right.
All of them just involve some
Hey,
level of violence.
Maybe not Brittany, but I'm
Oh,
not
not
quite sure
Brittany.
there's somebody you
Oh,
would have
there's
done
some
that.
people I'd have gone on a
There
road
might be
trip.
somebody
Absolutely.
that lives in your house.
Now,
I'd have hit them all.
Is Brittany? I can't see Brittany in here. She's probably masturbating to that episode. I want to ask Ariel, did Tim listen to me
Oh,
going on about my love for you and your perfect everything? Because I mean, I didn't hold back too much there. So
Well, I'll
I-
say this while she's answering. When I heard
poetic
that,
license allows it. Yeah.
when I heard that,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, Rob's gonna know I didn't listen to this because I did the same thing with Mario. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
but I wrote mine. Joe.
Right.
You were the
Yes.
first one.
I'm different. Yes.
I listened to.
Yeah.
And I said last week, I teased it. One word, bars.
Well, that's
And bars for days.
I thought it'd be a good morning. What a good opening.
So then I listened to Joe's, which was an easy listen because I looked down like, time signature can't be right.
Yeah.
That's how long? and,
Was it 4 minutes? Did I make it 4?
2.5. I
about
think.
2:30.
Yeah.
Do you know I listened to it?
Yeah.
In your driveway
Hey, you know when I recorded it
today.
this
Yeah.
morning?
I got it this morning. Yeah.
This morning.
Well, I mean, we did a dumb cast
I'm
yesterday.
like, I got to
so-
do this. I got to do this.
Yeah, Dumbcast might have been the only one. Okay, speaking
Thank
of
you,
not
Eric.
listening to things to edit up ahead of time, the Dumbcast might have been one of the only ones where you'll hear an awkward edit or two in there. There was one where we swam too far out to
Yeah.
sea, and I had to shoot Stamboni, the hairy eyeball, like going, even though this is behind a paywall,
It's not $1,000 paywall.
it's not $1,000 paywall. That right there, we got to kill that. We're not even going to beat that. We're going to.
There's no way anyone would have $5 that could hear this.
No way that somebody way up the Hearst corporate ladder's got a link and to put on this thing and be like, well, we're about to save ourselves a significant amount of money by blowing both of these guys out. But yes, anybody that's already paid for it,
Yeah,
thank you
apparently
so
a lot
much.
of talk about my dick on the Dumbcast.
Dude,
so
the
I love that,
Dumbcast,
yeah.
we get into what would happen if Joe and I wanted to do a season finale of a show and how we would treat each other and what we would do. And your penis comes up. It's
for
pretty
me.
gross. We also make a death pact. We make a death pact.
What
as to
is
what
it?
we will do.
Okay.
You have to listen to it.
Okay.
You have to make it with
Yeah,
something
I
we
will.
promise
Which
to
I
do for
will.
each other upon our deaths. The
Steffes wants to champion the SHLP. Yeah.
GLP was
yes.
great. Apparently, I was supposed to edit out about 10 minutes, and I was like, you know what? We like your voices, lady. So just
Pam
keep
says
it
Leave
in.
it in.
Dumbcast had her crying at work. Good to
Mm-hmm.
see you and the entire family at Magoobies, by the way. We'll get into that Magoobies show. So far,
Shout out to Ashley for joining me on the Rob
yes,
Pod. A
by the way,
drunken Rob
hell yeah,
Pod.
that was awesome.
It was very just mid conversation. This is what we're talking about. Stream of consciousness.
But that's the Rob
you
Pod.
got a shout out. You
Oh,
know?
very nice.
Yes, there was a Tommy story that I had forgot to tell on here that I told on there that is very funny. It's about Tommy. So
Okay,
so you have to listen to it.
I'll
But
listen
it's a pretty funny.
I'm going to
little story.
listen to all of it.
Mm.
I was kind of getting a little. It's funny. I'm getting like FOMO of my own podcast network
No.
because it was all coming out while I was at work.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was going, I want to
It-
listen to
it's
that.
a
I want to
lot.
listen to that. I want to listen to that.
There's a track off.
Then
There's two. No one asked for this. There's the
Yeah.
Larry Poon, the
Larry
Christian
Poon's Christian
off,
dance
which-
party.
The
It was
one that
so
I wanted
funny.
to make sure that I listened to was Mario's complaints about me. I had
You-
to make sure that I heard
Let's
that
go
here.
over them, Joe.
Please.
Okay, the first thing is that I'm a horrible driver,
Okay.
and as a result, he has to drive,
Yes,
and so he's gonna start asking me for gas money.
I did feel bad because I kept trying to get him to try to get more money out of you.
Yeah, which is the last thing
Right,
you need. I
exactly.
need right now.
I realized, wait a minute,
So-
I'm just fucking Joe right now.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're hurting him
no.
financially.
By the way,
Bottom
we
line's
never go
boned.
any further than say Davis's, which is about 3 miles
Okay,
away.
but if
would
you do
the-
that 50 times a week, it
What would the
adds up.
gas money be for that?
I-
25 cents? What's my
Keep add it
cut?
up? What it adds up?
Also, and
The
this is
groceries.
this one right here.
Mm.
It bugs me a little bit. He's like he can't hear. Well, that's nothing I have control. That's for having headphones on my on
you know,
for,
Have you
for
looked into a
20
hearing
something
aid?
years.
Choosing.
I'm not. I can't wear a hearing aid.
So you can control it.
I
You're not
can't.
doing it.
No, come on. Would you wear a hearing aid? You wouldn't.
The love of your life can't hear you.
Yeah,
Mario.
the new wife, you know,
Yeah, he
Mrs.
says-
Robinson.
Every time he turns the TV on to start
It's
watching,
crazy
it,
loud.
Yes, it's just
Yeah.
his hair's blowing
Like
back.
you sit in, it's like the old Sony speaker ad.
Yeah, exactly.
You ever sit in the Kirk position when you fill in?
Yeah.
And holy shit,
Yeah.
blood shooting out of your eardrums.
I've been, and I know you.
He likes
know
it
what I'm
loud.
talking- There's not always headphones plugged in there, so it's not like you can start and go. Oh, wait a minute. So what happens is usually you put the headphones on,
And
then you
jack
plug it in, and it just blows
Ah.
your eardrums out.
I remember, and this is hopefully not too inside nerd radio baseball, but we've had 3 studios we broadcasted in. We had the original 98 Rock studio, then we had a temporary studio while the new ones were being built, and now we have the ones that we're in. Well, they have a new feature in this one that the prior two didn't. And when you listen to something you don't want listeners to hear, it's called listening to something in queue. And there's a button that you press on the volume knob, the potentiometer, they call it, for the potential to make it louder. And you hit the Q button, and the old boards would have a little speaker up there, kind of like a walkie-talkie speaker. It wouldn't sound great, but it'd be enough to be like,
Right.
yep, okay, that's the track that I need. Well, they changed that shit. And now it comes through your headphones in the right channel. And there is a knob hidden so far up in the corner of this thing that changes the volume of the cue. The cue used to have no volume. It was just what it was. You listen to this little speaker and like, okay, we're good. The very first time we're in the studio, I'm like, okay, Josh has got some audio. Let me just listen to this thing cue. I hit it. It fucking fires a 9mm bullet of audio through this ear. On the air, I drop an F-bomb.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh,
So then you
fuck.
had to
And I go, oh, and I dumped that, and I got Scott and Josh looking at me. Only the board operator can hear it in their headphone. So they just see me have a seizure.
Think you're losing
But
it.
no, I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. No, we should sit through. Whoa! They're like, whoa, what the hell? And I can't figure out what's happening. I have to have an engineer come through and explain it. Heads up, I've had 2 people ask me this today. So, Angela, good question. And I got this on Instagram as well. All the episodes that are up today for the Patreon Palooza, they're just up in perpetuity. It's not a just today thing. We're dumping it all on you today, but you have until Patreon kicks us off the platform to listen to it.
They disintegrate.
No, that's not at midnight. The whole thing turns into a pumpkin. It's just back to Sauna Talk. You get everything. Take your time. Listen to it when you can.
Mario's other issue. Okay, so did he want to?
Can I do the issue that I think is the biggest one?
Go ahead.
All right, I'll do an impression. Justin, just start to tell me something's going on in your life, that's a heavy thing that you're sort of serious about.
Okay.
Just begin telling me a story.
Rob, I met my dad this weekend to start preparing his will. And it's good that we're doing it because
my dad actually never had a will. So when he died, I had to go there. I literally he had change jar. I literally got a change jar. This one time, did I ever tell you this? And then 20 minutes later, it's still about me.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on.
I fucking do that also.
Yeah.
I do that.
But here's the deal.
I can't give him shit.
And I heard that we're in a conversation. I'm not one-upping him. This is what we're talking about, right? So that's strange to me. If you're talking about your dad's will and I don't interrupt him, finishes his story.
Okay.
I go, and then I also have something that's germane and on topic. I'm not trying to. Now, I do obviously.
It's not a contest, Joe.
Did you ever see the Burt Kreischer Ari Shaffir argument about this?
Oh my God.
Ari Shaffir 1000%. I mean, to the letter, what you just did was getting on Burt from the middle of somebody sharing a story. They had Travis Barker on.
Hey, that reminds me of
you motherfucker. Travis Barker comes on Two Bears, One Cave, who famously was in a fucked up airline
Do you like
accident.
a polar bear or a black bear better?
Yeah. And he's talking about his airline accident, and Burt starts talking about, yeah, man, I was on this one flight with, and he didn't let Travis get to the part of the story where the plane crashed. His friend DJ AM, who's now dead, is covered in jet fuel, is screaming. He's stepping over bodies. He's leading up to it, and Burt cuts him off to get into him having really bad turbulence on a plane. And you can see Tom Segura knows the story and is like, let him finish his fucking story.
Let him do it.
Don't know where his goes.
It's his story.
It's so much worse than what you're saying. Well, Ari called him out. Burt popped his fucking top. And he had Joe's argument about, he's like, I'm discussing what's germane. It's called having a conversation.
Hey, so I'm wrong.
It was
I was saying on the Rob pod, we were talking about the Bake Off, and I think that I got robbed. I should have won that with the chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. And then Ashley says she once had a seizure baking. And I just kept talking about what I baked. And then a minute later, she goes, I said I had a seizure baking.
You ask me about
Do you don't want to ask me that? I go, oh
seizure?
yeah, I guess I should.
Well, I mean, you're clearly fine.
Right, yeah. I mean, clearly you made it. Exactly. Yeah.
So there might be some truth into the criticism that Mario has. I was at dinner this past weekend with our former show announcer, Tim.
Yeah.
Him, his girlfriend's son, and his wife. Okay. Bashir.
Yes.
And Bashir has a friend who is a anthropologist.
Okay.
Which I don't even really fucking know what that is.
Is that like a historian of
something like that? Yeah. I mean,
know.
they study civilizations.
Anthropology is a clothing store. I know
right.
that.
Entomology is bugs.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, if you're an anthropologist, what do you even do? You're either a professor or what? What is it that you do? So he starts to tell me, and while he's telling me, I go, well, how do you make money doing that? He goes, well, if you'll stop talking, you'll find out.
Oh,
It's the guy you just met.
Just dunks on you.
I started laughing. Obviously.
Holy
I go,
shit.
maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Ask
Tell
him-
me how he makes
Well,
it.
if
makes
we stop talking, we can hear from our sponsors. Segway. Boom. Randolph Rice.
God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Henry
Still got
Tuck.
that Henry Tuck.
Mhm.
Everybody out there, GRB Roofing,
Mhm.
perfect time of the year. If you've had any leaky roofs,
Mhm.
GRB Roofing will take great care of you. And if you've been injured by someone else's roof
Mhm.
collapsing on you,
Yeah.
Randolph Rice is the person to talk to. Oh,
thank you, Van Narzel. This is the greatest end of the greatest DOP day of the year. There's actually 2 more things coming up on the Patreon. So
oh, yeah, we still
so
got some
we
of
have
the
the
stuff.
bonus that we just did, and we have you're reading a novel, narrating a chapter.
I just turned this person here on to a one Randolph Rice.
Hell yeah.
Maybe on an upcoming
Oh,
Patreon episode, we'll
boy.
discuss the case that they
Whoa.
have.
Get
Okay,
paid.
all
You
right.
get paid, young person.
Yes.
God, I wish what happened to that person would happen to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I-
have it in you.
That's what I need.
Mhm.
Lord, I've seen what you've done for others, and I
Mhm.
ask the same
Yeah.
kindness to befall me, because they are probably going to get paid by the facility. By the
Ooh.
facility that they were at. Again,
Okay.
sorry for the
Oh.
vagaries,
Mhm.
but
I
maybe
love
on
a facility paying. you.
Attorney-client privilege,
Mhm.
guys. We
Uh-huh.
can't-
But yeah, I told old Randy Rice, he goes, "Oh, yes. Serve them up hot and
Is he like
fresh."
Mr. Burns?
Yes. Yes, please. So hold on. So okay. So you meet a guy, and it reminds me of the old Chip Franklin joke. I hope on the West Coast, Chip, you're doing well. But he had a joke I always loved. When he's like, his daughter wanted to take a philosophy course in college. And he goes, "So what? You can get a job at a philosophy company?" I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. What the fuck are you going to do with that? So you become an anthropologist. What the fuck
Well,
does that turn
can I
into?
tell
So
you
what
this?
did he?
That's
then tell you.
interesting you say that, because as soon as he told me essentially to shut the fuck up, he started telling me how that guy made money, and I glossed over after about 30
It's just
seconds.
white
I
noise.
couldn't tell you in a million years how an anthropologist makes
You know, we're
money.
gonna do-
Anthropologists study aspects of humans within past and present society, socioanthropology, culture anthropology, and philosophical anthropology study the norms, values, and general behavior of societies. They die poor and alone.
That
I
was
am
it.
going to ask my AI guide, Gemini. How does an anthropologist make money in the real world? Question mark. All right, here it says. And
Mhm.
how does an anthropologist make money in the real
I
world?
was thinking a while.
And
Mm.
anthropologists use their unique skills in understanding human behavior, culture, and society to find diverse career opportunities beyond traditional academia. University professors and researchers, corporations and businesses, a very popular growing field for anthropologists. They conduct. I'm already fucking out.
Hold on.
That's essentially what I was
Good.
hearing.
I just typed in what's anthropology.
Mhm.
Then you did that. Then I go to Google. I literally type in AVERA. It auto, whatever you call that,
Populated.
Yeah.
average anthropologist salary.
What
which
is
is
it?
what I was going to type.
Okay.
Oh,
but
really?
it just knew that.
Hold on, I'm gonna guess.
All right.
$12,000 a year.
I'll go 75 to 90.
$64,910.
That
Good
sounds
money if
about
you can
right.
get. Imagine having a one-bedroom apartment with a roommate because you decided to major in anthropology.
Which is $100,000 major. So
Mhm.
it doesn't seem like a good business proposition to be
Well,
honest with me.
I'll continue on the theme of my vacation.
Please.
I
Yeah.
went to Ocean City,
White
Maryland.
trash capital of the world.
The white trash. If you listen to the
Redneck
Joe
Riviera, right?
Robinson
Uh-huh.
Experience, you
Mhm.
know that's where people are going off to the Hamptons and people are
Mhm.
spending time in the Keys.
They're summering in
You're going to the
Kennebunkport.
Hampton Inn.
I go.
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
I go to Ocean City, Maryland.
Instead of Martha's Vineyard, Martha's Brewery.
Yes.
And I have vacationed in Ocean City, Maryland every year of my life.
Yes.
But you were talking about seeing fireworks in the Cape where you live. There's a guy, shout out George Haresta. Okay.
Mhm.
George Haresta actually walked my dogs when I went to the show in Ken Island.
Oh, nice.
When I drove back.
Mhm.
He is a contractor. I think he might be. I'm probably insulting him by calling him a contractor because he's
He probably does something so
Yeah.
much more. But
right.
You knew how he made money.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
based on the success of his year, is how awesome the fireworks spectacle will be.
Oh,
Oh,
so
okay.
if he's got some clients under the belt, some projects
Right.
completed, we're talking starbursts.
Sometimes
Shit didn't work out,
Talking
he's
$5 grand
out there with sparklers and snakes.
Yes.
and that's it.
And then sometimes
He had that
he's
shit
out
imported
there-
from
He's got
Beijing.
drones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Francis Scott Key wrote about this.
Mhm.
And you talked about them exploring. Well, we sit out on the beach and we sit kind of near the lifeguard chair, and he lights them from me to essentially the sauna, and they explode over your head and rain down on you.
Jesus, so ashes raining down and debris.
Yes, the mortars are coming. You see
Yeah.
them. Yeah, you're right under. But what's weird is that he lives in my building, which has 6 units.
Mhm.
Okay. You know how many people are there watching these fireworks?
Just you,
I was gonna say,
you and his family.
There's about 500 people
Oh,
there.
shit.
oh shit.
And I
Me and
say
Justin got that question.
I
Far
said,
away off.
how do you, because it's going to either be us or a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
If you just said 30, we're like,
And I go,
great
I go,
question.
Yeah.
I said, how long? I go, how do all these people know about it? He goes, I've been doing it for 15 years.
Oh, so it's become a fixed
so
thing.
now, because they do fireworks at the inlet, right? All the way
Yeah.
up at the top. And then they do it down at the park, which is down, 100th Street or whatever.
He's taking over.
It's as good as those. And it's happening
And
right.
it's directly
Convenience.
above you.
But even better than that, it was all over social media, even nationally. Fucking Ocean City was popping off this weekend.
I did
Yes.
not know about this until the
Popping
DLP group
off.
chat. I had no hide nor hair that it was. I heard the words stampede. I heard riot. I
Mhm.
heard multi-person brawls. I heard units deployed. I mean, like I'm seeing some
All the
phrasing
words.
in the news
Mhm.
that like, what the fuck happened in OC?
So I'm sitting on my balcony, and there is a fight, which I think you guys,
That far up too, because that's some fucking
Right.
inlet behavior.
you're 100% right. But it was probably happening on every street.
Jesus.
I think it was happening on every street. And it was a fucking brawl. It was
Like
a
a
brawl.
Donnie, was it good
these two-
people watching?
If you look at my algorithm on
Yeah.
X, I only watch 2 things: people beating each other up, and cops pulling over, and people not wanting to
Yeah.
be.
It's how you
God,
and I
no,
fell in love.
Not wanting to be right.
Exactly.
You and I
Both sides, right.
became friends.
It's your
over
love
fight.
language.
Give
Yeah.
me a height and
Yeah.
weight on the combatants.
I
Give me height
absolutely,
and weight.
oh, this one, okay. It was a racial component to it as
Oh,
well,
good.
right?
Okay, good.
And there was also, I'd say that, but they were middleweights. I mean,
Okay,
it
we're
was-
talking
Okay.
buck 85, 200s, right about
They
yeah,
could,
6
they could
foot.
hurt you.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Middle
And
age, younger.
and these guys, yeah, they were in their 20s, and these guys
Oh, they're in
also
the 90s.
Yes,
they knew
exactly.
they knew how to throw a punch.
Okay.
Yeah.
90-year-old, 5'1" white guy,
Yeah.
6'4"
Luckily-
guy looking like Anderson Silva.
It got broken up, but it was after people. They were both
Blows are fucking
they were
landing.
getting messed up, and
Nice.
then I also got to right out in front of my unit. There was a cop who was interviewing 2 people or talking to 2 people who were both kind of ancillarily involved, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm on the balcony or whatever, right? And somebody, I guess, well, they're talking, and the cop shines a light on me and goes, "Hey, guys, quiet down. We're trying to do," and I go, "Dude, I haven't fucking said a word to you." But
Whoa,
hey,
whoa.
he was talking to the guy up above me.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, and I'm
Jesus, Joe.
screaming,
no.
and I'm, hey, Mario's there, and he's like, "Jesus
Shut
Christ,
the
Joe."
fuck
What were you
up.
on?
Yeah.
I thought,
Shrimp and white wine? You have some
I-
shrimp and some white
well,
wine?
I'm like, what are you giving me shit
Oh,
for,
okay,
dude?
but-
I'm just standing here.
Well, that's a little very aggressive, Joe.
I don't like people telling me to shut up. As
Now,
you
this
well know.
person's a police officer.
It was a police officer.
Okay, you're fucked in that scenario.
Well, no, I thought he was telling me to be quiet. I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking saying a word. I'm
He's
sitting on my
probably-
own property.
Man, the fucking ball's on you.
Jesus.
Your white privilege is showing, as Ariel might say.
So,
That
Joe.
guy has probably had a fucking night.
Yeah.
You
the last
caught a
thing-
cop at
Can
that.
he? Can he make a mistake?
A cop is looking for a fucking
Hey,
W.
yeah.
That cop has probably caught a couple L's
Right.
that night. He shines his light on a man in his mid to late 50s.
that he can beat up and no one will care about.
Nothing about
He
you
could
says,
Not even the people that are there with me.
No one will care.
I'm not
They will be
related
on the
to
cop
Sean
side.
Strickland.
Yes.
He's like,
yeah.
see in about 30 fucking seconds, sir. And up he comes. And the next thing you
Just
know,
I was
stun
not
gun
letting
you.
him in.
dragging
Oh,
You'll
beat
get
the
it.
shit
I
out of
was-
you.
I
Fuck
was
you.
not letting
Yeah.
him in.
Oh,
Hey, did I apologize?
No.
No, I
No.
walked right
You
in the
did not
house,
apologize.
shut the door,
Rodney
Yeah.
says Team Joe.
never to be heard from
God
again.
Damn,
Hey.
the balls on you. I've noticed that. Okay, quick aside. I'm rewatching all the X-Files right now,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of things that aren't real in movies and TV
In
shows.
the X-Files?
In the X-Files, aliens. But like
I thought it was
people
documentary.
never hang up and say, "Hey, all right, thank you for the call. Goodbye." Everyone's just like, "All right, we got the information we need." Boop, and then just
Yeah.
hang up.
Yeah.
The
I love that.
amount of fucking disrespect that Scully and Mulder are shown as FBI agents, where they'll walk up to someone in some building and go, "Hey, the guy that's, half man, half aardvark that attacked the children, we need to talk to you." And they'll flash an FBI badge to them. And I'm going to guess 70% of the episodes, someone goes, "I don't have time for this right now. I'm on my way to work," and walk off. And then those two are like, "Well, I guess we got to come back later." If a fucking FBI agent
Yeah.
goes, "I'm talking to you right now about a thing," suddenly the itinerary's clear.
So
I'm going fucking nowhere. You are the character from the X-Files. It's like, suck my dick, Mulder. I'm on
You're
my
that
way to my
guy.
fast
Can
food
I say
job.
something?
Talk to me about the
Hold on.
vampire when I get off.
Hackman says that here's why you're tased. Show
I
title.
Yes.
all
Hell
I
yeah.
do for half of the day
Yeah.
is watch videos of people acting like me,
Yeah.
Right.
getting their fucking
that
comeuppance,
shit
right?
fucking
For
came
sure.
out of you.
But you're also, I know how you're saying, "Hey, here's how I would act." There's a lot of people, the sovereign citizens.
Oh
the
my
other person-
God.
The second people are the independent journalists.
Yes,
So
yes,
there's
yes.
the-
Yes.
Are you familiar with the independent
Yes.
journalists? So the independent journalists, the sovereign citizens, and then
And the
anybody
Joe Robinsons.
who gets pulled over and doesn't want to get out of their car. Okay?
Have you seen the trailer for Sovereign
No.
with
no.
Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec? What's that actor's name?
Yeah.
I know. I met him with
God.
Really?
Keckner.
It's like, I want to say it's not
and
Nick Schwartz.
Nick
but he has a
Nick
name like that.
Offerman.
Nick
Nick
Offerman. That's
Offerman.
it. Nick Offerman.
Nick
I
Offerman.
met him with Keckner.
No shit. What's he like?
Dude, he's
when,
awesome.
Keckner
great.
did Stephen Colbert show.
That's awesome.
And it was the night the Caps won the Stanley Cup. And,
Fuck, good night.
Yes, it
Was
was
he
a
a great
great
hang?
night. No, well, it was in passing.
stopped
I
it,
said
okay.
hi. And I'm not going to suggest that somebody was drunk on that show that night, but somebody might have.
Someone was probably trash.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's playing, him and his son are playing sovereign citizens in a standoff
I'm
with
traveling.
police. It looks tense. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
In the trail, it looks tense as
Oh,
fuck.
God.
It
Okay.
looks like a fall. It could be the falling down of 2025. But yes, you have those videos where you see someone behaving like you, and
Yes.
you're waiting for the comeuppance. And motherfucker, did you show me one prior to us jumping on the air tonight? You see
Yes.
someone who you go, okay, I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was Frank Black, New York City gangster, who's like the loudest in the room is usually the weakest.
yeah.
Well, that came to fruition in this video. Please take it
think-
away what you showed me.
So
And
Rob,
I can't wait to share it at work tomorrow.
Just Google golf fight.
Yeah,
it's
Google-
all
it's-
over social
yeah,
media,
I s-
TikTok, X, I'm sure Facebook,
Rob sent it
Instagram.
to one of our group chats,
Mhm.
and I had already seen it. I'd already watched it 6
Right,
times.
right.
Okay.
And essentially, I wanted Rob's opinion on it.
Do you
'cause
know the backstory? Because I saw
I know
several
nothing about
videos.
you
I
show.
do know the backstory.
Give us the backstory.
So what's happening is there is a group in front of another group that's playing very, very, very slowly.
Which
Okay.
happens all the time.
Okay.
And sometimes you say, can we play through?
Mhm.
It looks like these guys might be drunk, right?
100% there's alcohol.
And they are taking so long. And these guys, they're not threatening them physically. They're going, guys, get moving.
Yes.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. And of course,
there's a thing in golf. I don't care if you play bad, just don't play slow.
Okay.
and there's a little bit of a back and forth, but really it's the aggression starts peaking. Now, the one guy who's going slow, so he, in my opinion, he's already in the wrong
Yes.
unless you feel like you should never say anything to anybody.
And we'll call him
right?
Purple Shirt.
Purple
Yeah.
shirt.
Okay, so
Mhm.
Purple Shirt's the guy that's playing slow,
Right.
who I saw at the beginning of the video.
Yes.
clearly
and
drunk.
He acts, he's like, you want to start something with me?
He
You
seems
wanna-"
like
and
he's waiting for this his whole life.
He's been praying
He's
for this
so
scenario.
excited.
Time
He
to
wants
show off
this.
what I can do.
he looks like a guy you do not want to fuck with.
He's a big guy.
He's a pretty big guy,
Mhm.
yes.
Until you see the second guy.
He comes
Which-
after.
Right.
Such a plot twist.
Now, I wish the camera would have caught it, but clearly this guy's the aggressor.
Yes.
The guy's the
100%.
aggressor. The other guy grabs him, throws him in a lake.
Yes.
I
That's right.
mean, like a
Immediately.
fucking child.
By the way,
Like it
throws
was
him in the lake.
nothing.
The lake isn't that close.
No, it's a bad way to start a fight.
Yeah, he
You
throws
have
him.
to get out of water.
He throws him in the lake. his buddy was there, was like, cool it, man, cool or whatever. Hey, whatever. And of course, the guy who got thrown in the lake, here's me. I would
have said I'm lost.
I haven't been in many
Mhm.
fights, but I am never ever going to go after a guy who's already let me know that he can fucking manhandle me the way that
Exactly.
guy did.
I saw a fight in high school, 9th or 10th grade, and they were jarring up, and the one guy fist right to his chest.
Ooh.
The other guy goes, you know what? I'm out.
I'm good.
He just realized right then he was
Yeah.
going to lose.
I'm going to lose.
He
this
goes, you
fight.
know what? You win. And I was like, I respect that.
Yeah.
Because immediately he's like, okay, you got me.
Got it.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to find this video that reminds me of. There's
I just did what I said Joe does, by the way.
that's okay. You're fine. You're fine. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
But there's a
So-
road rage video out there
Look,
that
you're
reminds
doing
me
what
of that.
Joe's
I'm
doing.
doing it, but it just shows this guy popping off like purple shirt in a
Uh-huh.
road rage situation, popping his head into another guy's car behind him. I guess he's aggrieved him somehow, and I don't think he could quite see in
The monster
at
that
the
was
fucking mountain from the
Yeah.
Game of Thrones,
yeah.
and then you see him get out of the car, and it's like the first time you meet Carl Heim, you're like, oh, fuck.
He unfolds
The,
himself.
the mood changes.
Well, this guy who just got thrown in the lake, which, by the way, there's nobody other than a relative of that guy that got thrown in the lake that doesn't love that guy got thrown in the lake.
100%.
Yeah,
Everybody who watches
I've never
it
seen a fight start that way.
loves the
Mhm.
guy that got thrown in the lake. The guy then like swamp thing. He
You
crawls out of
can't
the
get
lake.
out of the lake.
He looks like the ring girl.
He's pissed because he just got thrown in the lake.
Right.
Comes back after the guy. The guy literally grabs his shirt and punches him in the face a few times, throws him again. So now he's been hit now twice.
Yeah.
The guy gets up a third time.
He still wants more.
He starts coming at him.
Stay
Now
down.
this time he grabs the guy, and as he's hitting him, he's saying, "Bam,
He's doing
Yeah.
bam," and he's punching the
calling a
guy
shot.
in the
sound
face,
effects.
saying, "Bam." By the way,
It couldn't be more one-sided.
I'm leaving out the fact that his buddy who tried to break it up, he pushed that guy halfway across.
Yes,
the
Oh, yeah.
thing,
he
too.
did. Yeah.
Right. So now
bodied him.
this guy's already been punched in the face by a guy who clearly is a guy not to be fucking trifled with.
Right.
He's been thrown in the lake. He's been punched in the face, square in the face 10 times. And at the very end, he's like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
maybe I
Yeah.
should. Maybe,
How
I
about
should-
this?
Maybe I should just
walk
stop before I
away.
die.
Why don't you guys play through?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it
Play
is
through.
so,
Yeah.
it's such a
It
fucking.
gives you
Oh.
you said before about Quentin Tarantino films.
Yes.
They always give you what you want it
Give
to
me
be.
what I want.
Absolutely.
They always give you
Or
what you want.
Statham. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino will even just ignore what happened in history.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It just
The
be like, you know
Manson family.
Hitler.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
here's
yeah.
what you wish would have happened.
Mhm.
He's like, let's fucking go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
And man, you get it in this.
I
It's
love
one
it.
of the better fight videos I've seen in a long time.
But I wonder, Rob, have you ever yelled at somebody in front of you for going too slow?
I've played with people that are starting to get a little antsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just relax. But I mean, it is frustrating. It's like you're staring over a 3-foot putt. You've taken 8 shots to get there. Like you're not putting up a good score.
You're going to put a 9 or a
It's
10.
just
just,
pick it up.
just right.
Just pick it up.
Or like they'll go slowly off the green they'll shake hands at the
Mm.
no, just get off. And a lot of times, just because you're off the green and you're in your cart, I can still hit it there, right? So like I still don't want to hit because I could easily miss to that.
Oh,
place.
yeah.
So just move on. Don't gather your shit and put that. Just get out of the way, then gather your shit, then write in your scorecard. It's just lack of urgency, which is totally frustrating. Andrew Wade, by the way, great
But
line.
this is such a fucking funny line.
Fellows, Patreon Palooza content is a solid 8 out of 8. Love it.
If you get it,
You get it.
You get it.
Also, you mentioned, I just had a track off idea, the worst idea ever. You mentioned Francis Scott Key. Francis Scott Key and Alicia Keys track off. What do you say?
I don't know.
I don't
man.
think- I don't think that's gonna work.
Francis
There's a new
songs.
track off. There's also a brand new episode of a brand new show from a comic legend in DC, Larry Poon, now part of the Tony and Chris show. And he did Larry Poon's Christian dance party. And I don't think you need to really know who Larry Poon is to understand exactly what he did here, but it is amazing. And we're
before
gonna-
you hit play,
Mhm.
I've gotten DMs from comics
fuck yeah.
that saw my post about it.
Yes.
The excitement
Oh, yeah.
that a local legend
Yeah.
in urban, basically our Yeti, has returned from the woods, and people go, "Oh my God, is Larry?"
We might
Poon
have to
back?"
make that free for people to
It-
come in.
If you know what, I want to take 1 or 2
Yeah.
thing. You've done the free DLP.
you have to be
Patreon
a
thing here and
member,
there.
but you can sign up as a free member.
Man,
And then you can listen. There's several free things you can listen
I
to.
might pick a Here's Why You're, excuse me, a No One Asked for This,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and Larry Poon's Christian dance party.
All right. Let's hear a little taste of it.
Hey, welcome back. It is the Larry Poon Christian Dance Party. I am your host with the most, Larry Poon. And I got to tell you, folks, I remember back in my days before I was born again, praise Jesus. And I was just all up in bitches like all the time. And also when I was doing this, I was partaking in some of the cocaine. I'll be honest with you. I was coked out of my gourd most of the 90s. Anyway, I'm getting hot and heavy with this one chick. She was stacked and packed. And I start moving towards the golden triangle where everything happens. That's where the magic is, folks. That's where the magic is. Anyway, I start pulling down her underwear, and I am shocked by what I see. There's this huge rod just looking back at me. I'm like, what the hell is this? Long story short, I flip him around and finished on his back. Up 8 places from last week to this week. Coming in at number 3, it's the Dance Disciples Jesus Dance Party, on the show where Jesus reaches out. Larry Poon's Christian Dance Party.
We dancing for the Savior. Move your feet. Hands in the air. Feel that
It's a bop.
fucking heat. Turning water into wine. Now that's a beat.
Just keep playing it for a sec. There's one there that gets me.
I just had the tease to it. So
Oh,
do you want to
man.
play more? I can play.
Keep going just for a
Okay,
second.
I've
There's
got to
one there
fucking
that makes
pull the
me
whole
laugh.
episode.
Oh,
up,
okay,
then.
don't.
It's gonna be a little more
You're fine.
complicated.
No, make him earn it.
All
By the
right.
way, I
earn it.
like every
Make him earn
song
it.
I
Okay,
like.
dude.
I
All the
like-
songs are great.
Okay. There's a little small genius thing in there. I flip her over and finish on his back.
Yes.
That's
Oh my
that's the genius. Okay.
I think he uses the phrase "dill don't," and it, which fucking kill. I'm telling you, I'm so glad. There was a
Stacked and packed.
stacked and packed. Do you
I
remember
do.
comedian Lance Wise from around the area?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm,
I haven't
very
heard
funny.
from Lance Wise in 16 years,
No.
and
Yeah.
follows me on Instagram. And
He's
I
like,
put
Larry
up
Poon?
the Larry. And he goes, "Is
Yeah.
fucking Larry Poon back?" I'm like, Larry Poon
Yes.
is back. All right. And that was a little bit of maybe some of my urging because his real name's Tony Graysick,
Yeah.
and he asked to be
the Tony and Chris show is
Tony and
now
Chris
a
show is
podcast up on
great.
the Patreon.
really good episode. Some people are saying the intro is as long as the show itself,
Yeah,
which
it's a good
I fucking
intro.
love.
Mhm.
But new intro for the Dumbcast, by the way. Way to go,
Love
Joe.
it, yeah.
Joe Stamboni.
I shortened the intro for CLP, by the way.
Truncated it
Yeah,
some.
somebody might have said something.
But I said, dude, do whatever you want. We're just looking for content for this thing. And I think he thought that I was disappointed that I wasn't getting Larry Poon. It was going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
him and his friend just doing a
Which
regular
is
podcast,
fine, but we
which
do
is
want
fine.
Larry Poon.
But a little kind of want Larry.
Yeah.
And God, I didn't think I was going to get something so good.
I mean,
The Larry Poon Christian Dance Party is a fucking 10.
if it's too much to ask, Tony, but I think once a month would be pretty
Stacked
nice.
and packed.
once,
and then-
once a week?
Okay, every day.
You want to take my spot?
I mean,
okay.
Monday through Friday, like a
Feel
normal
free.
radio show.
I mean, you're looking to make tens of thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, you deserve to.
We're going to pay you nothing. You know that, right? We'll pay you in cocaine.
He reached out earlier. He's like, hey, is anybody into it? And I screen grabbed every
Okay,
last.
is he
every-
happy?
Oh, I hope he's
Okay.
happy because I'm seeing him on
I
Sunday.
meant to email him and say fucking fantastic.
No, he and I are
job.
getting together on Sunday to kind
Okay.
of raise
Yeah, I need
glasses
to
and
text him,
celebrate.
too. Let him
So
know.
if you want to fucking show up to the neighborhood. He's bringing his kids, staying out with my kids, go to the
When?
beach Sunday, probably around noon.
Hmm.
It's not gonna be a great time.
How hard does he go when he's, off the reservation?
Here's what's funny. Okay, in that regard,
Mhm.
are you talking like Tokyo or hanging out with kids at the beach?
No,
kind
I'm
of
talking
casual
about if
thing?
we just went out to a restaurant or bar minus kids and wife.
Very relaxed.
Here.
He's
Okay.
chill.
Okay.
He's chill. He actually made fun of me once, accurately so, because we've got the little kids. He's got 2 daughters. Sean's got Leo. I've got my child, and we'll go to my little neighborhood beach and we'll have a kid day,
Yeah.
and we'll bring inflatables and all
Not
that.
really my scene.
It's not
Yeah.
anybody's
Mhm,
scene.
mhm.
Eric lives too far away.
I'll
Tommy's
be there.
sterile.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mario's not allowed anywhere near him. And
Me and Mario show up.
yeah,
Hey,
We're
man,
looking
what's
at
going
each
on?
other's backs.
yeah, he's just, both of you in a 2-piece. How old's your daughter?
You need
17?
Godfathers? Yeah.
We're
9.
splashing each other.
Come on, guys. The water's fine. You guys are at a porta john. But with the first time we did it, we've probably done this 3 or 4 times. But the first time we did it, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm hanging out with my friends. And I bring a cooler full of so much fucking booze.
Yeah.
And I bring in the canned cocktails, those orange smashes,
Oh,
those
yeah.
hot
Those
waters.
are strong.
Those
I
are
got
very
my
strong.
father in trouble.
The one, that's-
yeah.
yeah,
They're like twice the alcohol.
I get fucking annihilated. I get so drunk. And
Yeah, it'll
before I
happen.
realize, Oh, Sean and Tony aren't drinking.
It's just you.
It's just
They're
me.
being good fathers.
So it's a bunch of children and these two, and they're talking about very adult stuff. I'm fucking
We're talking about
slurring.
investments.
And and you're looking to diversify
Right.
their Roth. Should I get into a Vanguard fund?
You're talking about Goldberg returning
I
to
was like,
WWE.
hey, you remember Eric Conrad had 2 different sauce tits? Remember tits, 2 different sauces?
Eric Diaz says Joe has Mario on his shoulders for a chicken fight.
Yeah. It'd be great. Oh, if you
Dave
like,
Dennis, make that happen.
you like
you
boy,
know-
on boy contact,
Yeah.
the Dumbcast,
Yeah.
you're gonna love.
I don't know if you know, but Mario went down to the beach with me.
I do know
So
that. Yeah,
he
yeah.
hung out,
Oh yeah,
and
Mario came to both murder mysteries.
I don't
Mario
know.
fucking hung out. I was waiting. Mario came to Magoobies.
Yeah.
I was like, "How far is Joe behind you?" Because he's not coming.
No,
Oh,
he just hung
Oh,
out.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was he in the
welcome
green
to
Mario
room?
is
family.
almost a cast member.
Mario
at
at this point, he's just kind of fucking
this point.
easy hang.
So I don't know if you know. Do you know who else visited me when I was at the beach? It was me, Dave Dennis.
Hello.
Oh, hell
Shout
yeah,
out
Dave
to
Dennis.
Dave, by the way.
Oh, the
you're
graphics
crushing with the
are
graphics.
killer,
Could not
man.
appreciate you more, dude.
And Mickey Coachella.
Whoa,
That's right. Me, Dave, and
Wow.
Mickey.
The new podcast.
We had about an hour-long conversation together on the.
Did Dave and Mickey, do they know each other at all? or-
No, they didn't know each other.
Dave was aware of him, obviously.
I didn't. You know what? I don't know.
Well, we've mentioned him and stuff.
Dave was more of an observer.
Yeah.
If you said, "What did Dave talk?"
Dave's an observer. Yeah.
Dave's in chat. I don't remember. This is going to surprise the hell out of the audience, and I think that Dave will back me. If you know how we did the percentages of who talked the amount
Sure.
or whatever, Dave was around 2%.
right.
right?
Milk. Yeah.
I was probably around 15%.
Well, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Mickey tends to
Yeah,
kind of
I
like
think-
command a room.
yeah.
He kind of lords over a conversation.
does.
He's
He does.
charismatic. as
He's a
anybody you'll ever
larger
meet.
than life.
He's a large presence. Dave Dennis in chat. I want your top 3 takeaways
says
from that
accurate, yeah.
conversation. Dave Dennis, I want your top 3 takeaways of getting to hang
Yeah,
out
yeah.
with
Let's
2 conversational alphas like Joe and Mick, which can be a pretty good hang. I've been sandwiched
Yeah.
between those two, and I have a
Mhm.
tendency to fucking be a
I
chatterbox.
think it would be a good observing, listening to. sitting
Yeah,
back.
like watching some panda be forced to breed with
What
another
did he
one.
say right there? I'm
Okay,
interested.
it says go after
Barnes Paving as a sponsor.
Barnes Paving is
Oh,
a
that's
sponsor.
okay. Sorry, I gotta be careful.
Oh my God, Ariel!
I can't.
Jesus Christ,
I can't elaborate.
Ariel!
I can't elaborate on what Dave Dennis is talking.
Okay.
I can't.
Is that a Patreon?
I
thing?
guess I'll. No, I don't even know if it's. I
Oh,
guess I'll say this.
Okay, Dave.
I completely misread Ariel's comment.
yeah, I thought
I thought she was missing an N.
yeah, when I read it, I was like, I think you may have mid-read that. That
Yeah.
word is count.
Count.
Yeah. It's like as in Count Dracula.
Okay.
Not as Count Wife.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be a letter in front of a
Yeah.
word. Okay.
Okay.
I was like, whoa, really?
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Rice
so-
Law
shit.
in the house. What's off?
What's
Randolph?
up, Randolph? Premier sponsor, Gold Tea, Platinum Star level.
I might be
Oh.
calling you. I have a friend who needs your advice and I want it for free.
And
Thing.
hit up that one friend of ours that has a whole facility that's about to pay the fuck out of them.
I'll
Yeah.
say this: what Dave Dennis is referencing right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Barnes Paving.
Noble
Yeah.
Roofing.
If what we were told was accurate,
Yeah.
our main sponsor,
Yeah.
the great Randolph Rice,
Yes.
RiceLawMD.com.
that company that Dave is referencing pays 4x that per episode
Okay.
to be on. Okay,
All right.
I mean, I know what Dave.
we're not trying to leverage you here.
No,
Randolph.
no,
We're
Randolph,
not-
no.
we're not-
Perfectly happy.
you
You're
pay
perfectly happy.
plenty.
Perfectly happy.
Right, right.
Don't
Yeah.
change a thing, okay?
So either
But I will steal this other dude's money. lickety split.
100%.
there maybe that number was fudged. Okay, that may have been, it may have been fudged.
You think?
I couldn't swear
there
to
might
it.
have been an
But-
exaggeration.
I would think that he has to sell a driveway an episode in order to bring
I mean, it looks like a quality.
He would
you
have
know,
to
quality
pave
company.
the
Bel
runway
Air.
at BWI. Okay.
Yes,
He's
that's
paving
right.
Reagan National.
to break even.
Right.
Yeah, like
To get his money
to
back.
pay us 4 times what the benevolent Randolph, who
Yeah.
always pays on time, pays us.
That's right.
You would have to pave every Walmart parking lot
Yeah.
in the state and then repave it. Wow. Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Can we
we'll take it.
can we add this other comment?
Well, let
From
me,
Dave.
Let me read it.
Okay. Just so you can read that for I think that sounds that tracks.
I mean, you can read that. That's yeah.
This is not us saying it.
Hey, let's do a
Mickey,
little cross promotion. Let's give the guy some promo. Give it a listen.
I don't want to give Barnes Paving. That's not our
Not
sponsor.
Barnes.
I'm going to give Dave
Dave
Dennis.
Dennis's
Yes.
comment. Yes.
Mickey talked for an hour about his podcast / streaming network, and I still have no idea what or how he does it.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah.
He does it with Matt Davis,
Right.
legendary
No.
98 Rock
Yeah.
employee, DC 101 broadcaster,
And hypnotist.
and hypnotist,
Yeah.
magician, Noise in the Basement, one of the most legendary 98 Rock
Yeah.
programs. We actually do a version of it now called BYOB, Bring
Is
Your Original
he-
Band.
Hypnotizing advertisers.
Oh my God, Mickey has no idea that he's doing the show with them. You will put me on your show. You will. Give
That's
me
how they got that much money out of
60%
Barnes.
You will pay us
Barnes
6,000.
hypnotism.
Yes. Oh my God, that's amazing. Hell, do you know that Matt Davis? I don't think I'm making this up.
Mhm.
That Matt Davis like went away the same way like Bruce Wayne went and trained with the fucking League of Shadows in Batman Begins. He went and visited some magician hermit and trained with him. Matt Davis went off the reservation and,
And that's
trained.
how he learned to be
Yeah.
a hypnotist.
Yes, he trained under
I
some
love it.
Blackstone-like character and came back
It's
like
the Batman Begins.
he's like a fucking Hogwarts
Yeah.
professor now.
Well, of course.
Guy's gonna have you clucking like a chicken with a snap of his finger.
I know for a fact I've told this story. The story is about 10, maybe 10 years old when I tried to get hypnotized, but I won't tell the whole story again.
I don't remember that.
All right, well, here we go. I wanted
Sorry.
I wanted not to eat so
You will
much.
go up and back on me once.
I wanted I feel
You'll get
myself
married again.
compelled to eat when
Fuck
I'm
Mario.
just for out of boredom, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I want to
bored.
stop doing that.
I
I'm
bored
not
eat all the time.
hungry. I
Yeah.
just, you know,
I understand.
so I'm like, all right, I want to hypnotize myself. And here's the thing. Hypnotism is real if you believe it. It's real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you believe
You have to be susceptible to hypnotism.
and if you
So
are
is female orgasm.
Mhm, yes.
right,
You will
then-
bust multiple times.
then it's real. So I go to this hypnotist and I go, hey, hypnotize me. And he's got the crystals and the God's eye. He's got the kit.
Some music's
He's got
playing.
the-
He's got that sounding bowl.
Oh, he's got.
Mhm.
So
His
he,
dick's out.
I go in there and I'm not going to tell the whole story about him hypnotizing me.
Yeah.
But after it's over, he comes over and he goes, all right. He goes, well, let's sign you up for some other sessions. I go, well, I'd like
You
to
gotta
see
read that.
I'd like to see if this works first, right? I'd like to see if it works.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, here's the thing. If you're not bought in, it won't work.
Yes, you have to be.
And there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I'm like, okay,
That tracks.
I'll do it. I go, all right. And he goes, let's get you on the schedule. Pulls up his schedule, completely blank. So I'm like, so
Okay,
I wish I hadn't seen that because that's not
That
gonna,
leads me to believe that no one else is using you, or you're completely incapable of what you advertise you do.
but it didn't really. I still was going to sign up. Maybe he's a new business. Maybe he's getting clientele. So I'm like, all right, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, he might be new to this, whatever. I look up on the wall. He's got a diploma from the Hypnotic Institute of whatever. So I say, hey, tell me about your studies. He goes, well, my son got very sick when he was young and he survived. Every time that time of year would come around, my wife would get severely depressed.
Okay.
So she went to this hypnotist and he cured her. And I was so grateful and so impressed by what he was able to do. I said, I want to learn that craft. So I studied under this guy who got my wife out of this depression that she suffered annually.
Mm.
And I said, oh, how long did you study for? How long did it take? For
Well, I
him to
remember I
get-
got the application,
for him to
and
get
the first thing I needed to do was draw a turtle and a pirate.
hey, you're not too far off.
How about you
How
guys?
long did he study?
Okay, clearly, it's an embarrassingly short amount of
Yes,
time.
you're very
I'm
right.
gonna get 1 week.
1 week is correct. He said 1
That's all it
week.
takes.
One fucking week.
So I still went
1
back
week.
one other, and I'm like, fuck it. And he beat me out of my last 100.
Do you know what
I did? He didn't
movie
get it.
uses hypnotism is the most dumb shit catch-all plot point. You see him. Is it Now You See Me
Yes.
with the Eisenberg guy?
Yeah,
and
I
Woody
didn't
the,
see
Harrelson?
it.
Magician movie.
It is
It's
one of the most
insane
dumb
movie.
fuck
No.
movies I've
It
ever
is,
seen.
and they made a sequel.
It's the sequel is
And I
worse than the original. And
Read the book.
there's a third one coming
Yeah.
out, and I couldn't stand the first two, and I'll hate the third. There's somebody I live with that thinks that it is her Gone with the fucking Wind, and it's Woody Harrelson
They
is,
make the wind disappear.
is a hypnotist.
Mhm.
So anything he needs to get done in the movie, any door he needs to get through, car he needs to take, access point he needs to somehow get through, he goes, "You will open the door."
He's
Like
like,
a
Obi-Wan
fucking
Kenobi.
Jedi.
Yes.
And he's doing it left and right. You'll uncuff me.
He's
You'll
like
give me the
Professor
gun.
X.
You'll give me the gun. It's so fucking stupid.
Like, why would you just be rich? Like, you will withdraw not 500, $5 million.
But I'm now the president.
Yeah.
He studied for 1 week.
1 week. 1 week
No,
under this
2
guy.
weeks to get
Yes.
that good.
Randolph will triple his advertisement budget. By the way, Randolph fucking got my
He
ass
goes,
between the eyes.
Is
Rob,
that a
please.
Waldorf? Where's Waldo shirt?
That's so
And
fucking
then
funny.
Eric Diaz says Rob thinks Justin's shirt is red and white.
This is my Bussy shirt.
Yeah.
This is my Bussy OG. This
I
is the
did a
shirt that we
show
all
with
bought.
Matt Davis. There was a band involved.
Yeah.
And I did this fucking off the cuff rant about, how each band member would be in bed, depending on if they're the lead singer versus
Yeah.
the drummer or the
Right.
bassist, the guitarist. And he goes, "That was brilliant." And I go, "Yeah, it was fucking good." I completely forgot, never told it again. But like, it was like, could have been a great pick because, I think my point was that the bassist or the drummer was going to be the best lay because they, the front man wants to be all about themselves.
Right.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
guys
yeah.
work the
Guitarist-
hardest.
The guitarist does one thing, they show off and
Right.
they go back. But the bass, so they got to keep the fucking tempo.
Bum, bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum,
exactly.
bum, bum, bum,
How did Randolph get you?
About the shirt.
He just-
He's the one who said the
I
shirt.
gotcha,
Yes,
I
he's
gotcha.
the one who said the shirt.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
I
Yeah.
don't know. You see like a Mick Jagger. I mean that guy fucking moves on stage. That guy gets
he
it.
moves like Jack.
He moves fucking like
Mhm.
those hips that swivel.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
this the Dumbcast?
Billy Joel. That's stupid.
Billy Joel's
Dumbcast.
hips really swivel
So
on that
gay.
piano.
Oh, watch the
when
Billy
he
Joel.
does piano, man, those hips don't lie.
Watch the 1987 Moscow performance.
Okay.
Did you ever see what happened during that show?
No.
No, I did.
We talked about this on the air today, and he becomes a
Oh.
frontman. He gets out from behind the piano. Do you know why he comes out from behind the piano? Because he has a fucking meltdown for the ages
Oh,
and can't stand the lighting. And he's yelling at the lighting guy to kill the fucking lights in the crowd. He won't
that's
do
all
it.
right. It seems like a Billy Joel thing. to do.
Dude, watch the 1987 Billy Joel Moscow meltdown. Takes a goddamn piano and I mean tips it off a stage,
Oh, really?
runs out,
Rock star.
takes a mic stand, is banging it into the ground, snapping it like a coked up Motley Crue member. By the way, crushing it on lyrics the whole time.
Doesn't
Never
he
stops
sing
singing.
back in the USSR?
He does, but it's not that song during this performance. It cuts to another shot. He takes a running jump kick at his bassist. I mean, he fucking
Oh, he's
absolutely
fighting somebody else
Yes.
in the band.
he Van Dams the bassist who
How did
just
that guy's fault?
stumbles out of the way, doesn't stop playing.
It's a
Never
New York
stops
state
singing.
of mind, bitch.
It's one of the greatest frontman performances I've ever seen. He's
All
just
right.
he's Pete Townsending everything.
You sold me. By the
It's
way,
beautiful.
Billy Joel, Elton John. We probably need to do them, right?
Okay.
Track
Oh
off.
yeah.
All right, we need to come up with the next one. We've just done 2 back to back.
Oh, people love the decades, by the way.
I thought it was a
Oh,
very
the
fun
decades is a
exercise.
solid
The
idea.
the playlist will be up tomorrow, and you can vote as well. It was a fun exercise. I enjoyed doing it. I have no idea who's going to win, but
I don't either.
Mario said I won, and that's enough for me.
And there's going to be a new thing to win on the Patreon polls. Rob had a pretty slick idea that there's going to be a new kind of fun
Mhm.
one and done payoff. I'll let you hear on the Patreon who the primaries are.
yeah,
But what was the idea that you had and we played on Patreon?
I called it podcast roulette. We took 11 people that do podcasts on a regular basis on the network, the 3 of us, semi-regular, Stan Boney, Carl Heim, Tommy, Eric, the 4 SHOP girls.
some people that might not usually
Yes.
get together.
And we did a random order, the top 3. Then they do a one-off podcast together. For example, this is not one of them, but like say Steph,
Yeah.
Stamboni, and Eric.
There you go.
And we have 3 that we have decided on through randomizing. And then I'll pull the poll up, and one of those people, we're just going to accept it. You're going to do it.
You're going to do it.
I'll help coordinate through Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, we'll do it through Zoom. Don't expect to
Exactly.
get together.
Without giving anything away, my favorite is the third of the 3 that we did.
It is
Okay.
the 3 least likely
yes,
people.
They are the 3.
Okay.
that
Oh
are-
yeah, we threw in Mario.
yeah, that are the
Yeah.
most divergent.
It would
Yeah.
be
That
like
is my favorite as well. and that's
Ashley,
probably the one I'll
Olive,
vote
and
for.
Gramps doing.
I'm glad you're
Which
happy.
one of you
Ariel.
ladies have ever been raped
Yes.
by Oscar?
Before we go,
Should we tell them what they are, or should we wait to the list? I don't
Wait, let him hear it on the
know.
Patreon.
Okay.
They're good. They're good. They're
yeah,
good.
Patreon's up right now, by the way.
my sister took my father to a doctor's appointment
Yeah,
today.
I'm sure
for
he's
his-
doing great.
Yes, and
Got his blood
and-
work back. Still old.
and they got into a big fight. What was it? What was the fight about?
About
Something to do with time.
Not
No?
time.
Okay.
No.
about what they listen to on the radio or
No, my father wouldn't be able to hear the
Okay.
radio.
eating before or after somebody had a meal?
Results.
No, he wanted my
The color
sister,
of the doctor.
The lighting, like Billy Joel.
He wanted my sister to stop off at the liquor store on the way home to get him a bottle of wine,
Hey,
and she wouldn't do it.
well, that's on her.
And he was pissed. And you want to know why he's pissed? Because he's not an alcoholic.
Nope.
That's
it's
why he was
'cause
mad, because I should be able to drink
antioxidants.
because I'm
Mhm.
not an alcoholic. I
Red
should-
wine is healthy for you. I'm going to live to be 600.
I had a
as well.
bottle last night, and I'm the picture of health.
Look at you. Huh?
Thank you.
And I think you even kicked off today's Welcome to the Patreon Palooza DLP.
Drinking said
With
bottle.
A bottle
Yes.
from the prior night. You
There
front
you
sold
go.
it for tonight. Everyone that's signed up for the Patreon and Patreon Palooza, thank you. We hope you enjoyed it. We had a great time making it, and I'll kind of continue the plea that you'll hear at the end of the Patreon episode. When we do this, you're sort of our troops on the ground. You
100%.
really are. You're our boots. You're our shock troopers. We need you to tell 1-2 other people. Gift a Patreon subscription. If somebody is getting tired of the Patreon, the podcast that they listen to, they don't have one. They just like to laugh. They like wrestling, movies, music, whatever. A cast of characters that you're not going to find anywhere else outside of the DLP agenda. Someone that's brimming with rage, like a Chris
Mm.
Karlheim, or they
Mhm.
want to hear 4 hotties get together, discuss pooping, breast, and the first time they gave an HJ with the GLP agenda. Please, we implore you, share this. Take the QR code, put it on your social medias. Anything that you can do helps grow this thing, because any dollars we make, we put right back into the thing. We are very, grassroots from the ground up. So
If
your
I-
efforts help.
If I may say one final thing.
Please.
On the SHLP, they did talk about some oral techniques, and there's also video. And there's video of Ariel giving her little technique. So it's mentioned on the podcast. Maybe it'll find its way somewhere. We could all learn something. I can't wait. I've watched it 7 times. Happy Patreon, please.
See you guys.